Alright, this video I'm doing Addmaths paper. This is my first video doing Addmaths paper. Okay, so I will do the Johor paper. So 2022 Johor file. Okay. Okay. Before that, this is Kertas satu. So there will be two section. Bahagian A and bahagian B. And if you read here, it says kertas ini mengandungi dua bahagian. Jawab semua soalan dalam bahagian A. So in bahagian A, there's 12 questions here, and I will do all of it. And then it says that dua soalan dalam bahagian B di dalam kertas soalan ini. Maksudnya, it means you have to answer only two question in bahagian B, but they give you three, but you only choose two to what? But I will do all three. It means I will do all soalan in bahagian A and bahagian B, all of it. Because we are doing revision, right? So I will do all of it. But of course, during exam, you don't have to do all of it. But since we are doing revision now, so I recommend you do all of it also. Okay. So let's skip over all these formulas and start with question 1. Let's go. Diagram 1 shows a sector of circle with center O. So if it's a sector, we know it consists of 3 lines. What are the 3 lines? Radius, radius, arc. All right, because that's what sector means. So we can obviously see that OP is the radius, and OQ is also the radius, and this is obviously the arc. So now let's see what the soalan says. The sector is formed from a piece of wire with a length of 95 cm. So automatic, I know already, this 95 cm is the length of wire. So the perimeter is 95. So these 3 lines add together, the line is 95. It is given that the length of arc PQ is 55 cm. I think I can label this, right? So the arc, or sometimes you call it S, is equals to 55 centimeters. And then they say find angle POQ in radians. Okay, the first information says perimeter is 95. So it means R plus R plus the length of arc is equals to 95. All right. So can I put 55 here? Since I know already, right? The length of arc is 55. So R plus R will be 2R plus 55. Move, they become minus 95 minus 55. I think it's 40, right? So R equals to 20 centimeters. So now we know the radius is 20 centimeters. The radius is 20 centimeters. But the soalan asks for angle, not the radius. So after I get the radius, I still have to keep going, but this time I will use the S equals R theta formula. All right, since we know the S is 55 masuk, we know the radius is 20 masuk. Now we just have to find the theta. So the theta will be 55 divided 20. So let's press calculator. So let me press 55 divided 20. I got 2.75. So is this 2.75 degree or 2.75 radian? Okay, you should know that it's in radian. Because when I'm using this formula, the theta, this formula, there's no trigo in front. There's no sine cos tangent in front. So when you do like this, the theta is automatic in radian one. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I have to convert to radian. No need already. The theta automatic comes out in radian. And the soalan also asks for radian. Okay, let me just check with the answer quickly. All right, yes, betul. Okay, let's continue. Done already. So question number 2. Diagram 2 shows part of the graph y against x. Okay, I think this is under linear law. So we all know this is y axis, this is x-axis. So in linear law, we have to check for the axis. The axis is important. And it shows that this curve passes through this point and this point. And then let's read yang bawah. It is known that the linear equation, so linear equation, you know, it should be y equals mx plus c. That related x and y is this. So yeah, it's really in linear form. Y over x equals to ax plus b. Can you see it's really written in linear form? Y equals mx plus c. But the y and x, you have to use huruf besar, capital letter, because the y-axis is actually y over x. It means modify already. It's not y anymore. But the x-axis is x, which is still x lah. And the gradient is a. The gradient is a, and the y-intercept is b. All right. So let's see what else. What else the soalan says. So let's keep reading. Where a and b are constant, sketch a straight line. Graph of this equation. So they want me to sketch a straight line. So I don't think you need to do this in a graph paper. I don't think so. I think you just draw it, you just sketch it, right? But before you sketch the table, you need to have some points, right? Because if you want to draw a straight line, you cannot just draw the axis and then just simply draw like this, or maybe draw like this, right? You need points, you need coordinates. And how many coordinates you need? you need two coordinate, at least two lah. Of course, you can find a lot, but you need two. So I will put a small table like this, and then here I'll write x, here I'll write y over x. Be careful, don't write y here because the y-axis is y over x now. So later, my y-axis will be y over x, not y. And then I need 2 points here lah. But if you look carefully, I don't know my gradient and I don't know my y-intercept. So I cannot ganti. I cannot do like ganti x0, y0 to find points because I don't know the a and b value. I don't know the gradient and y-intercept. If I have this and this value, then I can do that. Then I can ganti like x0, y0 to get all these points. But I don't have, so I have to use another method. So I think I have to rely on these 2 points here, right? But you cannot copy the 339 like this. Why you cannot? Because this 339, this 3 is the x and this 39 is the y. So it means that before this curve change to straight line, the original table looks like this, xy, where the x is 3, the y is 39, and the x is 6, the y is 132. Okay, but now since I modify the equation into linear form, it means my y-axis change already. It's not y, it's y over x. Maksudnya, my x-axis is still x. I can still write 3, 6, but the y over x will be 39 divide 3. And this will be 132 divide 6. And I should use my calculator to get this value. So what is 39 divide 3? Just press, you get 13. Okay. Now let me press this. 132 divide 6. So hold on. Okay, I got 22. So hopefully you got tekan also. This is 22. So finally now I can draw a straight line. So how can I draw it? So I will just draw the y-axis. Okay, let's draw using this. Okay, so I will draw like this and then like this. Okay, I don't have to, how to say, measure it because this is just sketch. So I have to write x here, and of course I have to write y over x here. So be careful. And the tajuk will be what? The tajuk will be graph of y over x against x. And then you will draw it like this. Don't have to draw in graph paper. You just draw it in the wrong jawaban. So the first point is 313. So, okay, this is 0. I can make this 3. I can make this 6. Okay. And then 13, 22. So let's think about this. Okay, if I go here, then it will be, okay, let's do like, okay, let's just put like this lah. Okay. So there will be 1 point here and then another point here, right? And then just garis the line here. Yeah, I think this is good enough. Okay, so that's the straight line. Okay, okay, let's just label it lah. 3, 13, 6, 10. Okay, because this is a sketch question. So if it's a sketch question, means that you don't have to measure one. All right, so done already. A, and then B, they want you to find the value of A and B. Of course, you will be needing the equation. You'll be needing this information. So this is A. So now let's do B. So B, I'll do it here. Okay, find the value of A and B. So let's look at the equation. The equation is this. Y equals to x equals ax plus b. So we all know y equals to mx plus c. And the A is what? The A is the gradient, right? The m. How I know? I just compare like this. And then the c is what? I'm sorry, the B is what? The B is the c, which is the y-intercept. But when you write y-intercept, please use rho besar. Because, yeah, you have to use rho besar. Okay, so now I have to find gradient. How to find gradient? Well, you just look at the graph, you just draw. Because look at the graph you draw, you can find a gradient. But don't use this point. This point cannot run because this is not a straight line. So you will take 22 minus 13, divide 6 minus 3. That's how you find gradient. Sekali lagi, 22 minus 13, divide 6 minus 3. 22 minus 13, divide 6 minus 3. So you get 22 minus, okay, 6 minus 3 is 3. 22 minus 13, let's press. Okay, I got 9. And then eventually 9 divide 3, you get 3. So that's the value of A. What about the value of B? Okay, how to get the y-intercept? So obviously, if I look at this, I cannot get my y-intercept from the graph because this graph, I didn't draw it in graph paper. If I draw it in graph paper, I can just extend the line and then use my eyes to determine the y-intercept. But even if I extend the line, it doesn't help me. It doesn't tell me the y-intercept. So what I have to do is I have to ganti lah. I have to use the passes through method. So what I do is I will, since I know my gradient is 3 already, I will gantikan that inside the equation. So it'll be what? it will be big Y equals to M, big X plus C, right? But the M I already know is 3. And the C is what I want, the y-intercept, right? So I will just write C, but then I will passes through, because I know this straight line passes through siapa? It passes through 3, 13, and 6, 22. So I can masukkan ganti one of these points. So I'll masuk 3, 13. 3, 13 like this. Okay. And the 13 will be the y coordinate, big Y, and then big X. So it will be 13 equals to 3 bracket plus C, and this will be 3. And then here will be 13, 3 times 3 is 9 plus C, and then 13 minus 9 is 4. All right. So it means the B is equals to 4. Because if the C is 4, the y-intercept is 4, means the B is 4 also. Because B is the y-intercept, right? So this is A. So this is the answer. This is the answer. All right. Let me just explain a little bit why I use huruf besar here. Because I takut if I don't use the huruf besar, some student they will go and I takut if I write this, the y over x a plus b, 2x like this, 3x plus b, some student might go and take 13 divide 3, but you know, you don't have to do that, because this 13 is already y over x. This 13 is already y over x already. It means the 13, you will just ganti the whole thing like this already. You don't have to divide x again. That's why I use the huruf besar. That's why I use the x besar, y besar, because this is already x besar, this is already y besar, so you just ganti. Okay, so that's how you do it. Okay, before I continue, I want to check with the schema jawaban, because I scared what if I write the wrong answer here. Okay, yes, correct. Okay, let's go to number 3. 3, this is obviously indices punya soalan. Just from looking at this, you should be able to tell it's indices. So let's write down the information. 2 power y equals to p, comma, what else? 3 power y equals to q. Okay, what else? 80, express this one. So this is what they want you to work on. 2y minus 4 power 2y. But they say in terms of p and q. So they want my answer in terms of p and q. But if you look at my soalan now, doesn't have p, doesn't have q. So how to make this thing supaya my answer, how to convert this thing to something p plus something q? It means I have to use this information and this information, right? It means I have to try my best to change this to what? To 2 power y ataupun 3 power y, because 2 power y is p and 3 power y is q. That's the only way if I want my answer to be in terms of p and q. So the first thing I will do is I'll try to make the 81 and 4 to base 2 ataupun base 3. Then maybe I will have a chance to convert to p later. So 81 and can actually change to base 3. 3 power 4 is 81, right? But don't forget there's a 2y. So the 2y I have to write where? Just write outside the bracket like this. Same with the 4. 4 you can change to base 2 actually. So it's 2 power 2. But don't forget there's another power 2y like beside. And remember, if the power is side by side like this, you have to times. 4 times 2y is 8y. And then 2 times 2y is 4y. So it becomes 2. 2 times 2y is 4y like this. But it still doesn't have p and q. You still cannot convert to p and q, because 2 power y is p, all right? But this is not 2 power y. This is 2 power 4y. So what I will do is I will write 2 power y, and then the 4 I will put outside the bracket like this. Okay. Then maybe some student will ask, hey, why can write like this one? Yes, you can write like this because 2 power 4y is actually same with 2 power y power 4. And it's also same with 2 power 4 power y. Because remember, I told you just now, if the power side by side, you will times together. So it doesn't matter which one you write inside. Y times 4 is 4y. 4 times y is also 4y. So you can just change the way you write because you want the y to be inside. And then later on, you can change the 2 power y to p power 4 already. Okay, same with the 3 power 8y. I know that if I get 3 power y, I can change to q. So what I will do is I will write 3 power y, but the 8 I will write outside like this. Okay, because when you take this power side by side, you will times together. You will get 8y, you will get back atas. So it's the same thing. So 3 power y is q, so you write q power 8. That is the answer. Right? Okay, let's go to B. So it says that they ask you to show. So you all know show punya soalan. In the end, you have to write the word shown. If they ask you to prove, then you have to write proven. If they ask show, then you have to write shown. So before I write the word shown, of course, I have to read the soalan first. 6 power m plus 2 plus 6 power m plus 1 minus 18 bracket 6 power m. So they want you to show that this thing is divisible by 24 by all positive integers value of m. So I have to show that this thing is divisible by 24. I actually revised this. I remember doing revision for this chapter in the Addmaths class. I don't know if you got come or not that day. I don't know if you remember or not, but I remember doing this revision. So just ignore this word. You don't have to worry about this word. What they ask you to do is basically just simplify it. Okay, just simplify this thing. You don't care about this until the end lah. Until the end only you look at this. For now, you don't care about this thing. The divisible by 24, jangan tengok dulu. So we just simplify. So can you tell me base 6, base 6, base 6, this one base 18. So we can see that the base 6, base 6, base 6, they are already same base. And I cannot make them smaller. 6 cannot change to any smaller base. Same with 18. 18 also cannot change to any smaller base. You don't tell me 6 can change to base 3. No, cannot. 3 power 2 is 9. 3 power 1 is 3. 3 power 2 is 9. So 6 cannot change already. So cannot change already. That means, and then 18 also the same. 18 also cannot change to any base already. So since this is already in the smallest base, I will try to combine them together. But in the indices formula, you know that if I have a power m times a power n, I can combine them together, merge together, become a power m plus n. But what if it's a divide? A power m divide a power n, then it will be a power n minus n. But what if this is plus? What if this is times divide, right? But what if in the middle is plus, like this? Can you combine? Cannot. You cannot combine. So for this type of question, you have to use the other method, which is you have to break everything. You have to pecahkan everything. You have to split everything and then bungkus. That's how I teach in the class also. You split everything and then bungkus later. Okay, I will show you. So you don't tell me something like, oh, this one can combine 6 power m plus 2 plus m plus 1. No, wrong. If this one is a times, then you do like this, correct? But it's not a times, right? It's a plus. So you can't do like this. This is definitely wrong. So what is the opposite word for combine? Since I can't combine, so the opposite word for combine is pecahkan everything lah, separate everything. So let's separate this. How to separate this? 6 power m times 6 power 2. Okay. But then some student will ask, why can separate like this one? Okay, I told you already, because if the base summer times, the power will be plus. So look at this. What is 6 power m times 6 power 2? 6, I can combine, right? M plus 2. Can you see this one and this one is the same thing? Yeah. So I'm just doing it in reverse. Okay. So I'm just trying to make you understand. Okay, how to split this? 6 power m times 6 power 1. Okay. And then minus 18. So this bracket is like, just follow it. Okay. This one cannot separate already. This one you don't tell me separate. You can only separate when the power have the plus minus sign in between like this. If it's just 6 power m, this one is already like is already cannot separate already. And the 18 also nothing you can do. That's why I leave it. So now I will check here, here, and here. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3. Ada 3 rumah dekat sini. So in the first rumah got 6 power m and 6 power 2. 6 power 2 is 36. But 6 power n tak boleh buat. So tak boleh buat bungkus. Okay. The 6 power 2 can do, I do lah. And then now go to the second rumah. 6 power m cannot do. So cannot do bungkus. 6 power 1 can do. Can do lah. But the 6, you want to write in front, you want to write at the back, it doesn't matter one. I like writing in the front, but some students prefer writing at the back, can also. And then minus 18, bracket 6 power n. Because it doesn't matter where you write, because it's a times relation. So you want to write depan belakang, it's like nothing much. Okay, after you bungkus. Can you see in these 3 rumah, what is the common? What is all these 3 rumah have what? They all have 6 power m. So I can sementara change the 6 power m to a. Okay, I can temporarily change this to a. So it will be what? It will be 36a plus 6a minus 18a. And then I will press my calculator, 36 plus 6 minus 18. So I will get 24a. But of course, you don't write 24a lah. You write 24 6 power m lah. Because the a is like you just sementara, you just temporarily change it to a. You have to change it back to 6 power m. So I will erase this. So this is your answer. Okay. Okay. Now only you worry about this word. Show that this thing is divisible by 24. So just look at this. Can this thing divide by 24? The answer is yes, because 24 bracket 6 power m means 24 times 6 power m. So can this divide by 24? The answer is yes, because you can just cut it. All right. Because it's a times, if it's a times relation atas, you can just cut it. So that's why shown, you just write the word shown. So that's the answer. That's all. Okay. So what if one day the soalan says show that it can be divisible by 12? Then you have to show that the 12 appears in your final answer lah. Because if the 12 appears in your in here and it's a times relation, it doesn't matter the back one is whatever lah, it can be whatever. If it's a times relation, then it can cut. Okay, that's what it means lah. Okay, hope you understand. So is that over already, right? Okay, finish already. Let's go. Now continue with number 4. So the volume of water represented by V in a container is given by this. So let's write it down. V equals to 1/3 H power 3 plus 8H. So where H is the height. So H is the height, V is the volume. And then they say water is poured in the container at the rate of 10 cm3. Okay, when I read the first line, I still can't figure out which chapter. But then when I see the word rate, I know which chapter already. Can you tell me what is this chapter? Differentiation, right? How I know? Because differentiation, I told you got 5 applications. What are the 5 applications? First, you learn about tangent normal, right? The first thing, that's the first thing you learn. Second thing, you learn about what? Alamak, I also forget already. Tangent normal. Okay, later I'll come back to this. The third one is rate of change. The fourth one is small change, right? Small change. And then the fifth one is limit. Okay, limit. So what is the second one? I forgot already lah. Tangent normal. I think it's like, okay, tangent normal betul already. But this one is what? What? Okay, I'll come back to this later lah. Okay. I don't remember already. Okay. Okay, let's continue with the question. Okay, they say water is poured into a container at the rate of 10. So we know it's under rate of change punya soalan. And the moment you see the word rate, you must remember it's over dt. Okay, so if I say water is poured in the container at the rate of 10 cm3 per second, look at the unit, cm3 per second. S minus 1 means per s. So we all know that the cm3, when it's power 3, is a volume, right? It's talking about volume. That's why I write over dt down, because s down there, and then atas will be volume, so it's dv dt equals to 10. All right, just remember this word. Whenever you see the word rate, it's over dt, definitely. If I say rate of volume, dv dt, rate of height, dh dt, rate of length, then it will be d length over dt, and the length you can use whatever symbol to represent. So if this is volume, because the water, right? So and the unit, you can see from the unit is talking about volume. And then comma again, find the rate. You see rate again, so automatic is over dt. But they say find the rate of change of height. So d what? dh over dt equals to question mark, because they ask you to find this. And then they say when the height is 2 cm, so h equals to 2. All right. So how to do rate of change question? Do you remember? How I teach you in class? First, you will leave this part blank first, right? You will leave it blank first, and then you will go straight to this, and then you will draw something like this. Line equals to line, darab line. And I say here and here sentiasa apa? So here and here is always dt one. It's like always like that one. And then here and here should be same, and then here and here should be same, right? And what you have to write here? What you have to write here? You have to write, usually you will write the subject here. So look at this equation. Can you tell me what's the subject? The V is the subject, right? V is the subject. So this should be dV, and here should match with here, right? And then you only left with H, so this should be DH, this should be DH. Now you can start to gantikan. What is dV dt? Hand. Because I already write down all the information here. What is dV dH? Okay, so far don't have. So I'll leave it first. What about DH dt? DH dt is a question mark. Means this is the final answer. This is what I want in the end. This is what I want in the end, my final answer. So what I have to find now? What I have to find now? This is what I have to find in the end. In the end. So what I have to find now? The dVdh lah. So I need the dVdh, then only I can ganti, then only I can find this, then only I get my final answer. And how to do that? Well, just use this equation and differentiate dVdh. So how to differentiate? Take the power times with the number in front, and then power minus 1. 3 times 1/3 is 1. So you don't have to write 1, just write h. Power minus 1 is power 2. Done. What is about different 8h? You get 8. Okay. But don't ganti the h square plus 8 inside here. You have to gantikan the h with the 2 first. That's why they give you the h here. But sometimes they want to make it hard. They will don't give you the h, Like they will say, they will give you the v instead. So what if one day they give you the v and they don't give you the h? Then you cannot ganti already, right? Because it's h. So what you do is you put the v inside the original equation, and then keluar balik. Means let's say they give you the V is 20. Then you put the 20 inside here and then find H first and then baru sambung here to ganti lah. Okay, but this question you don't have to worry lah. This one they have already. So H square plus 8, this is 2. 2 square is 4, 4 plus 8 is 12. So this is 12. So now finally you get dH dt is 10 divide 12. So final answer, dH over dt. Let's press 10 divide 12. Okay, 5 over 6. So that's the answer. So what about the unit? Okay, we all know H is height. So definitely cm. T is time. So S minus 1. They use S just now. So I just follow. So that's the answer. Okay, let's continue. Number 5. Number 5, they say given the quadratic function is this. Okay, and then they say what? By A, they want us to, by using completing the square method, express fx in the form of fx in the form of this. So they want to write in this form where p and q are rational numbers. Okay, this is general form. Okay, this is general form. But what is this? What form is this? Do you remember what form is this? It's the vertex form, right? It's the vertex form. This is how vertex form looks like. A bracket x plus p square plus q. If you don't know this, then you have to know. You have to, starting from now, you have to know already because I tell you now already. So this is very common in exam one. They always ask you to do completing the square. And student always mess up the step one, completing the square. So you just have to do a lot of exercise lah. There's no other way. For completing the square, I also got revised in your class also. I do like a ton of exercise on this. Okay, so let's do it. Fx equals to what? 4x squared plus 18x minus 5. In order to change this general form to this, I have to do completing the square. So let's do completing the square. Do you remember how to do completing the square? First, you have to make sure the a must be positive 1 first, right? So if it's not positive 1, you have to take out, means you have to divide everything by 4 lah. So divide everything by 4, x squared, divide by 4 is 18 over 4, which is 9 over 2, and then divide by 4 is 5 over 4. Okay, but sometimes a student would erase the 4, they would just write like this. They would just write like this. No, the 4 was still there, is still there. Because, okay, if the other side is 0, then the 4 will hilang. Okay, but the other side is fx. So you cannot erase the 4. Means the 4, you take everything, divide 4, but the 4 you still have to put outside. Okay, but unless the other side is 0. If the other side is 0, then you can erase the 4. Okay, so the 4 won't hilang one. The 4 is still there, the 4 is still there, the 4 is still there, and then you have to use big bracket. That's how I teach you also in class. If you don't put the big bracket, it's wrong one. Okay, I mean, it can also lah if you don't want to big bracket, but it will be confusing one because you will don't know when to darat masuk. So put the big bracket, and then what you do here, you start doing completing the square. Now the a is positive 1 already. So x squared plus 9 over 2x plus bracket square minus 5 over 4 minus bracket square close big bracket. And what you have to write inside the small bracket, you have to write b over 2. But please don't go and write 18 over 2. I mentioned many times already in class. You have to write the b, but not the b is not 18. The safest way is to just look beside here. So it's actually 9 over 2 and then over 2 again. But don't write like this, because it's already like 3 tingkat already. So just write 9 over 2 times 1 over 2. It's the same meaning. Times 1 over 2 means divide 2 lah. It's the same thing lah. Okay, now what you do is, how I teach you in class. Jangan tengok yang ni kan. You will cover this. You will cover this. Jangan tengok. And then write bracket square. And then you will write what here? You will write x here. And then this one I already say jangan tengok. And then here will be what? 9 over 2 times 1 over 2. Atas darab atas, bawah darab bawah. So it will be 9 over 4. You don't have to square it. This square and this square, you don't have to square it because you already put outside already. So now proceed. Yang belakang, negative 5 over 4 minus, okay, what is 9 over 2 times 1 over 2? 9 over 4, right? But this time you have to square. So what is 9 square? 81. What is 4 square? 16. But it's still negative, because the negative is outside the bracket. So it's still a minus here. So now can yang ni dengan yang ni boleh buat kan? So let's do it. So it'll be 4 big bracket x plus 9 over 4 square. Okay, I can press this in my calculator. So let's press. Okay, negative 5 over 4. Okay, it's 81 over 5 over 4 plus 81. 101 over 16. But it's negative lah. 101 over 16. So like this. And now I still haven't finished yet. If you stop here, wrong also. Now you have to open the big bracket. So The moment I open the bracket means I take the 4 darab masuk. And when I darab masuk, I cannot darab masuk inside this bracket because this bracket got power. So it will duduk luar like this. So it will just be x plus 9/4 square like this. But the belakang punya number, this number, you have to times 4. So what is 101/16 times 4? 101/4. So this is your final answer. All right. So the soalan asks you to, by using complement square, express fx in this form. So can you see that this form looks exactly like this? So that's the answer. All right. Okay, let's continue with B. So I'll do it here. Find the minimum and maximum point of the function. Yeah, this one's so easy. Okay, so what's the turning point? What's the turning point? So just look from your equation. So the x coordinate you will get from here, right? This, and you'll get y coordinate from here, and this will be the a. This will tell you the shape. The shape. So don't worry about the shape first. Let's write down the coordinate first. So the x coordinate will be what? It's not 9/4, it's negative 9/4. Always remember to change sign. And the y coordinate just take only, no need to change sign. So negative 101/4. So that's the turning point. But the soalan also got asked you to determine whether it's minimum or maximum, because they say find the minimum / maximum. So how to know it's minimum or maximum? Okay. Well, you can just look at the shape, right? So can you see the A is 4? So 4 means positive or negative? Positive. So positive means U shape or N shape? U shape, right? Or you can look here also can. It also tells you it's a U shape. So if it's a U shape means it means it must be a minimum lah. It means must be a minimum point. So this must be a minimum. Wait, how you spell minimum? Like this. Okay, that's how you spell minimum. So minimum point, this one. So that's the answer. Okay, let's go to C. State the equation of curve. But they say what? In the completing square form. Oh, so in this form. But then means in vertex form lah. In vertex form lah. Okay, completing the square form means vertex form. When the graph is reflected in the x-axis. Whoa. Reflected in the x-axis. Okay, so the C answer I will write here. So first of all, if I reflect x-axis, what will happen to the shape? What will happen to the shape? It will not be a U shape anymore. It will be an N shape. So the 4 will become negative 4. And what about this plus 9/4? Okay, this one will stay the same. This one will stay the same. But this one, the y coordinate of the turning point will change to plus 101/4. So this is your answer. Okay, let me explain in lagi detail why is it like this. So we can just imagine the curve like this. All right. And let's just assume that the curve doesn't touch the x-axis. Okay, doesn't touch. And now I want you to reflect this curve. So what do you think will happen? You will get something like this, right? This after I reflect on x-axis, this is what I get. So that is why the 4 become negative 4. But when you reflect, the width of the curve never change. Make sense? The width of the curve never change. That is why it's still negative 4, not negative 3 or negative 2 or negative 5. It's still negative 4 because the width ataupun the, like how fat is the curve, how gemuk is the curve is still the same. The width is the same, okay? But look carefully at the x coordinate of the turning point. Did it change? It doesn't change because, yeah, even though the shape changed already, but the x coordinate is still same. This is still same. That is why the plus 9/4, I don't have to do anything to it. But the y coordinate have to change because the turning point originally is here, but after you reflect on x-axis already, you have to tukar tanda lah. It means if this is negative, it becomes positive. But if this is positive, then it becomes negative because it reflects already to the other way. Okay. So hopefully you understand. Okay. But what if the curve touches the x-axis at 2 points? Like this. It touches at 2 points. Then after the reflection, it will look like this. Okay, this one like this, right? So it will be like this. The red color one. Okay. But it's still the same, right? You see the shape change, but the x coordinate never change. You see the x coordinate is still here. The turning point between x coordinate never change. That's why the axis of symmetry never change. But the y coordinate changed already, right? It changed from positive to negative already. But the distance here and the distance here should be the same because when you reflect on x-axis, the jarak between x-axis and the point should be same lah. Okay, let's not waste too much time lah. Hopefully you understand lah. Okay, hopefully you understand what I'm trying to explain here. Okay, let's continue with number 6. Diagram 6 shows a sector. So I just mentioned in question 1 just now. What is sector? Sector is a shape that consists of 3 lines. radius, radius, arc. Okay, so I mentioned in question 1 also. So definitely this is a circular measure question. Okay, and then with center O, all right, let's check. Okay, center O, so we can tell this is a radius. From O to A is the radius. And we actually know the length, 20 cm. How I know? Because I look at O to B, because O to B is also radius. And then they say PQ is a straight line. So PQ is a straight line, okay. And then they say OB is 20 cm. Let's see, OB 20 cm, okay. Okay, done. OQ equals OP. Let's see, OQ equals OP. So I will label it like this, okay. Okay, and at the same time, I also know that this angle and this angle will be the same. Because if they say this length and this length sama panjang, it means this is an isosceles triangle. It means that this two angle will be the same angle. Okay, it means that if I know this angle, I will just take 180 minus this and then divide 2, then I will get here. Okay, so done labeling. The next one is QBPA. Where is QBPA? So this one and this one. So I will label like this. Just to indicate that it's same length lah. And then they say OQ ratio 3, QB the ratio is 2. So OQ 3, mana OQ? OQ the ratio is 3, QB the ratio is 2. So done labeling. Okay, if they give you the ratio means I can find this, I can find QB panjang, right? Because the whole thing is 20 cm, right? So I just take 20 times with what? If I want to find QB, I will times with what? 2 over 5, right? Because total there's 5 portion here and QB only occupies 2 portion. So 20 times 2 is 40, divided 5 is 8. So we all know this is 8 cm now. So I can just erase the ratio and just write 8 here. And same with the 3, I can just erase and write what? Okay, if the whole thing is 20, here is 8, then what's here? 20 minus 8, 20 minus 8, 12 lah. Okay, or you can also say 20 times 3 over 5. Believe me, you get 12 also. 20 times 3 is 60, right? 60 divided, you see, you get 12 also. Okay, so we can just erase all this. Okay, it doesn't, okay. And the ratio also I erase already. And also, if this is 12, this must be 12 also, right? Because they just told you it's sama panjang. And if this is 8, this is 8 also, right? Okay, now suddenly they say area of triangle is this. So let's write it down. So area, okay, let's not write here lah. Let's write here. So area of which triangle? OPQ. So triangle OPQ equals to 42.42. And then they say find the value of theta in radian. So soalan A, I'll do it here. So how to find the value of theta? So we can see that the theta is here. So how to do it? Just use this formula. Just use this information lah. So what is the formula for area? 1 over 2 r squared theta, right? So we all know the area is 42.42, and then the 1 over 2 just follow r squared. R is 20, right? And then the theta is this theta lah. Okay, so now you can find the theta, and the theta will automatically come out in radian one. You don't have to worry about like, oh, after I get this, I have to convert to radian. No need convert already. Automatic is in radian already, because in this formula, there's no sine cos tangent in front of the theta, so the theta will automatically come out in radian one. You don't have to worry about that one, the unit. Okay, so now I will press 42.42 times 2, because divide 2 become times 2, and then divide 20 square. Divide 20 square. So I get how much? 0.2121. Okay, so that's the answer. Wait, did I do something wrong here? 12, 20 times, correct, right? 20 square, 1 over 2 r squared theta. So 20 square divide 2 equals divide answer. Okay, so I think it's correct, right? So now, after I do this, okay, sorry, I wrong already. I wrong already. This is area of what? Area of triangle, right? Sorry, careless mistake. Area of triangle is 42.42, not the area of sector. I thought it's the area of sector. Are you? So, okay, in the circular measure, there's a few formula. So the first formula is S equals r theta. The second formula is 1 over 2 r squared theta. And then the next formula is the formula for chord, I believe. It's 2r sine theta over 2. Okay, and then we have the area of segment formula. Area of segment formula, which is 1 over 2 r squared theta minus sine theta, bracket theta minus sine theta. Okay, and if there's sine cos tangent in front, means the theta is in degree. And if there's no sine cos tangent in front, then it's in radian. Okay, I shouldn't be using this formula. Why? Because this formula is the second formula, and this formula is for area of sector. But if you look carefully, this is area of triangle OPQ. So it's referring to this triangle, is referring to this triangle. Okay, it's not referring to the whole sector. Okay, it's just the triangle only. So I should use this other formula, which is the 1/2 AB sine C formula. Okay, this formula you learn in solution of triangle. Okay, so what is AB sine C? A and B will be any two sides of the triangle, and C will be the included angle. So for this, I can use 1/2 times 12 times 12. Okay, and then sine theta equals to 42.42, like this. Okay, sorry, I made a mistake because I thought it's a sector. Okay, so 12 times 12 is 144, divide 2 is 72, times with sine theta equals to 42.42. This one you have to worry about the unit because there's a sign in front, right? So if there's a sign in front, means later after I finish, I find the theta will be in degree. Then you have to convert to radian. Okay, how I know it's in degree or radian? Because this one have sign in front. Okay, but if I using this formula, then it's different. Okay, so it will be sine theta equals to 42.42 divide 72. I got 0.5892. And then shift sign answer. I get 36 degree 6 minutes. So theta, I cannot, right? Yeah, I think can. Yeah, can, right? Because it's first quadrant. Yeah, so you can ignore the second quadrant answer. So but I still have to convert to radian. So 36 degree 6 minutes times with the, how to convert, times with pi divided 180. And if you look here, they got say use pi 3.142. So 3.142 over 180. Yeah. So let's press answer times with 3.142 divide 180. 0.6301. 0.6301, and the unit will be rad. Stands for radian. Okay, let's erase. Don't erase first. Okay, because later I might use for B. Okay, so this is the answer for A. Okay, let's see B. Find the area of shaded region. Okay, let's see what the shaded region, where is it? Okay, it's here. So if this is the shaded region, now let me ask you one thing. Can I use the area of segment formula to do this question? To do the B question? Can or cannot? Cannot, cannot. Why cannot? Because this is not even a segment. Because segment consists of two lines. Sector consists of three lines. Radius, radius, arc, right? But segment consists of two lines only. The arc and the chord. That's segment. This is consists of four lines, and it's not a segment. Okay. So if it's not a segment, then you can't do it. You can't use the short formula. You have to take something minus something. It means to find the area of shaded region, first you have to get the area of big sector minus the area of triangle. And I already know the area of triangle, 42.42. It means I just have to find the area of big sector because I know this is 42.42. This one the soalan give me one. Yeah. But of course, you want to do again also can, but no need already. You already know it's this. And then the whole thing, you just find the area of sector now. And the area of sector, now you can use this formula. Okay. But just now I did salah, right? Yeah. Okay. But now you can use this formula. So 1/2 r square theta. And the r should be 20. Because you're finding for the sector, the radius is 20. And of course, the theta, you have to put in radian. 0.6301. Not the 36 degree 6 minutes. So 0.6301. Okay, my handwriting very ugly. So, okay. So 20 square divide 2 times 0.6301. Okay, I get the 126.02. But this is just the area. This is the area of big sector. I still have to minus with 42.42. Let's press. Okay, I got 83.6. But don't forget to write the unit. So that's the answer. Okay, let me just check quickly with the schema jawaban. Question 6. Okay, yeah, betul. Okay. So that's all. Let's continue. Number 7. So I can tell this is which chapter? Is a function. Okay, let's start. Diagram 7 shows the relation between P, Q, R. So we have P, and the P is going arrow to Q, and the Q is going arrow to R. And at the same time, so P is going to Q, but P also going to R. So P going to Q to R, and then Q going to R like this. And they say the GHX, they write here. And I assume this function is for P to R because they write beside the P to R punya arrow. So this function is from P to R. And then now they say given that the set P map to Q is this. So P to Q is this arrow here, right? It means this arrow, the function is x minus 2 over 3. But they never say it's like fx or kx or like hx. They never say, right? So we don't know that. And then they say, right, and is mapped to R. Wait, let's read the whole thing. Given that P is mapped to Q by this, and P is also mapped to R by this. Okay. Oh, yeah. So P to R is this. And then A, they say write a function that maps P to Q using function notation. So if they want P to Q, we already have the answer. It's this one, right? But I want you all to imagine this. P is Q, though there's P, there's Q, there's R. So if I draw an arrow diagram, it will look like this. This is P, this is Q, this is R. So we all know P to Q, the function here is x minus 2 over 3, right? And P to R, we know is what? It's x squared minus 4x minus 1. But they got mentioned is GHX. So can you tell me if it's GHX, siapa yang dalam? HX yang dalam. It means P to Q is function H and Q to R is function G. You understand? Because P to R is actually I terus pergi. Okay? And P to R terus pergi is a composite function is GHX. It means the HX dalam, so hx yang saya kena buat dulu. It means that this x minus 2 over 3 must be the hx. And then the function that map q to r must be the gx. But I don't know lah, this one. Because the soalan never tell me, right? But actually can find actually. Because I have this and this already, so I can find. But it's okay, we worry about that later. Let's talk about A now. Write a function that map P to Q using function notation. So the answer I will write here should be hx equals to x minus 2 over 3. I hope you understand my explanation just now, like why is it hx? Because this composite function, I will, the from P to R, I have to cross Q to Q first, and then only to R. And P to Q should be the function inside the dalam punya. Because you buat dalam dulu first, always. Okay, let's go to B. Find the inverse function of Q to P. So we all know P to Q is what? Hx equals to x minus 2 over 3. So to get the inverse, which is the balik, the direction lah, Q to P, then you do inverse lah. So remember how to do inverse? So let H inverse x equals to A. X equals to HA. Because the H inverse can move there, become HA. And then x equals to, Hx is x minus 2 over 3, HA is A minus 2 over 3, and then you try to find A, because A is your final answer. A is your H inverse. So A minus 2 equals to 3x, minus 2 become plus 2, and then that's the answer. Okay, but then this is A. So A is what? The H inverse. So the H inverse equals to what? 2 plus 3x. Ataupun 3x plus 2 lah. Benda yang sama. So that is the answer for B. But there's also the other method to do inverse function, and you can use the other method also. Because like different teacher, they teach different one. But if you are my student, this is how I do it in class, right? But it's fine one. You can use other method. As long as the answer same, then can already. Okay, so let's see. Find the function that map Q to R. So let's look at the diagram I draw just now. I want to find Q to R. Means that I want to find GX lah. Okay, so how to find GX? So first of all, let's write down everything that I know. So first I know my HX equals to what? X minus 2 over 3. And I also know GHX. My GHX is what? Is this x squared minus 4x minus 1. So now I will scroll down and then start to find GX. Because they want the function that map Q to R, right? Means they want GX lah. Okay, so now let's try to actually solve the question. So this question also I got revised in class. Okay, I say got two type of question, right? Got dua jenis one. Jenis pertama is what? Bagi single, bagi composite. But this jenis is like dalam tak ada, luar ada. If dalam tak ada, then luar ada, then it's the easy one. But sometimes, sorry. If dalam ada, dalam tak ada, luar ada, then it's the easy one. Dalam tak ada. But sometimes you will get the case where it's dalam ada, but luar tak ada. And if it's dalam ada, luar tak ada, then you have to use the let punya cara. The let y equals bracket one. Okay. And if you look carefully, this one is like dalam ada punya. So this is the difficult one, the one that you have to let. But if it's like dalam tak ada, then you don't have to let. Dalam means the dalam lah, the inside. So the dalam here is hx. So can you see that the hx, I should do dalam first, hx. And I have dalam. Is x minus 203. So I will masuk here. So if dalam ada means, you have to let. If dalam tak ada, no need to let. Dalam tak ada, because if dalam tak ada, you can straight away tengok luar one. That one is other one lah, okay? But this one dalam ada, that's why I have to masuk. And after I masuk, I will look at outside G. But you realize that I don't have G. G is what I want to find. That's the final answer. So I actually don't know. So then that's why you have to use this special cara. You have to let y equals to bracket. After you let y equals bracket, you have to find x. And how to find x? Just pindah. Y times 3 is 3y minus 2 become plus 2. So 3y plus 2. Okay. So what's the step? Let y equals bracket and then cari x. And then now you rewrite the equation, but this time you write gy, because you already let y equals to this, equals to x squared minus 4x minus 1. But then the x, because you change this to y, it means the x here also you have to change to something else. You change to this 3y plus 2, because you already let x equals to this. So now you have to expand this. Okay, depan square, 9y square. Depan darab belakang darab 2. 3y times 2 is 6y times 2 is 12y. And then plus 2 square is 4. And then minus 4 times 3y is negative 12y. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8 minus 1. Final answer, gy square, 12y minus 12y, 0. 4 minus 8 is negative 12 minus 1, negative 13. Now for my final step, just change it to x. So gx square minus 13. This last step is just changing it, the y to x. That's it. Because I want gx, right? Not gy. So that should be the answer. Let me just check with the schema quickly. Wrong. Okay, where did I do wrong? Minus 4, 3y plus 2. Okay, what is negative 4 times 3y? Negative 12y, right? Negative 4 times 2, negative 8 minus 1. 3y squared is 9, 6y times 2 is 12y plus 2 square. 4 minus 8 minus 1. What is 4 minus 8 minus 1? Oh, negative 5. Okay. Okay, so actually the working correct already. Just I tekan salah. So it should be 5 here. Okay, so that is the answer. Okay, let's go with question number 8. Given a straight line connecting this and this is, oh, wait, perpendicular means what? It means 90 degree, right? So the line connecting P and Q is perpendicular to the line connecting A and B. Find the value of A. I think this one I have to draw it lah, or else it's very hard to, very hard to imagine, right? So I will just draw it out. But it's okay if you don't want to draw one. But I just want to draw it. So P is 1, 5. And then Q is A, negative 4. So the line connecting PQ is perpendicular to a straight line connecting AB. So we can just assume that the AB is here and here. Okay. Please don't tell me something like, hey, you salah already because this one is 1, 5. So, and this one is negative 4. So this point should be lower because this point can't be higher than this. Don't care about that lah. This one is just a drawing only. It's just to help you visualize it better. You don't have to draw nicely one. Okay, it's fine one. They don't give marks also. This one tak ada marker one. So I know the drawing is like, it might be wrong one, but it doesn't matter. So A is negative 9, 5. B is 3, 1. Okay, so I just want to draw it to imagine it better, to solve the question, to be more clear about what the soalan is saying. It doesn't matter if the drawing is not nice or not accurate. Okay, cari nilai A. So find the value of A. How to do? So we all know that whenever you see this word perpendicular, you have to think about what formula. Okay, first of all, what chapter? What chapter? Form 4 chapter 6 or 7? Chapter 7, right? I think it's 7, yeah. Coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry. Okay. So the moment you see this perpendicular, you should think about this formula, right? M1 times M2 equals to negative 1. So for this case, it will be a gradient of PQ times with gradient of AB equals to negative 1 because they're perpendicular. And then use gradient formula, negative 1. So what is PQ gradient? So you will take the y coordinate minus the y coordinate, x coordinate minus x coordinate. So I can take negative 4 minus 5 divided by A minus 1. Okay, of course you can also take 5 minus negative 4 divided 1 minus A is the same. Okay, gradient of AB will be what? 5 minus 1 divide what? Negative 9 minus 3. Okay, 5 minus 1 over negative 9 minus 3. Wait, did I write correctly? Yeah, okay, correct. Okay, negative 4 minus 5 is negative 9. Here is A minus 1 times with what? 5 minus 1 is 4. Negative 3 and negative 12 equals negative 1. Now, I can simplify this. 4 over 12 is 1 over 3, right? Equals to -1. And this is -9 over a minus 1. Now I can take atas darab atas, bawah darab bawah. But can also lah. So -9 times -1 is 9. And then bawah darab bawah will be 3a minus 1. Or 3a minus 3. But don't want lah. I don't like lah. Do it like this. Can also lah. Can also. You want to do it like this? Can also. But I don't want to do like this lah. Let's do like this. A minus 1. Instead of darab, here I pindah jadi bahagi. So it becomes -1. So can you see the 3 duduk bawah? So it will be duduk atas here. Times 3. Okay. And then divide by the 1 is duduk atas. So it pindah jadi bahagi like this. Okay. And then you can cut. So it becomes -9 equals to, now it's left with 3 only. So 3 times a is 3a. 3 times -1 is -3. So 3a equals to -9 plus 3, which is -6. So a is -2. Okay, you can use your calculator to help you. Okay, let me just check with the schema job. Okay, betul. All right, let's go to B. B says what? Find the equation. Oh, the moment you see this word, you know already what formula you use. Y minus y1 equals to gradient x minus x1. Okay, ataupun you can also use the y equals mx plus c formula. But this is Addmaths, so I usually use this formula when I'm doing Addmaths. So find the equation of straight line that passes through Q. So it means that later when I ganti the x1, y1, I must use what point? I must use what point? I must use Q, and only Q saja yang I can use, because I can only ganti point yang ada passes through dalam x1, y1. So what is point Q? Let's scroll up a bit. It's a -4. It's a -4, but I already know a is -2, right? So -2, -4. So later I will ganti x -2, y -4. And then they say parallel to straight line AB. So it means x1, y1 I will ganti the point Q, but the gradient I have to ganti gradient AB because they say parallel to AB, right? So what is gradient of AB? This is gradient of AB. 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 So -1 over 3. So the gradient is -1 over 3. And then here will be x minus something, y minus something. So x minus what? So point Q. So point Q is -2, -4. So x minus -2, x plus 2, y minus -4, y plus 4. So the answer is y plus 4 equals to -1 over 3x, minus plus become times minus negative times positive the negative, and then 2 times 1 over 3, 2 over 3. So y equals to -1 over 3x. Let's press calculator. -2 over 3 minus 4. 2 over 3 plus 4. So 14 over 3. But it's a negative. So this is your answer. Okay. But of course, you want to take everything times 3 also can. Like times 3. This one times 3 is -x, times 3 is -14. So this and this is correct. But if you stop here, also good enough already. Can also. Okay, so let's check the answer. -1 over 3. Okay, betul. Okay, let's go to number 9. Just from the soalan, you can tell this is what chapter? Integration, Form 5, chapter 3. So one of the difficult chapter. So let's do it. So they give you this diagram. There's some equation given here. Okay, let's read. Diagram shows the shaded region. So I assume it's talking about this shaded region. Bounded. Bounded means what? It means surrounded. It means surrounded. So surrounded by what? By the curve y equals 4 minus x squared, and the straight line y equals k, and the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay, let's use a different color to do it. Okay, so which one? Surrounded by what? The curve. Okay, the curve. So this is the curve. And then what else? The straight line y equals k. Okay. Surrounded by this line. What else? X-axis and y-axis. So x-axis and y-axis. So obviously he's talking about this shaded region Okay, because the shaded region is surrounded by these 4 lines, right? The curve, the y equals k, the x-axis, the y-axis. So this shaded region is surrounded by 4 lines. So now it says what? When the shaded region revolves through 360 degrees at the y-axis, the volume generated is 6 pi. Calculate the value of k. So this shaded region revolves 360 degrees about the y-axis. Okay, so if it spins 360 degrees, you will get a shape like this, something like this. Okay, I draw very ugly, but you get the idea, something like this. Yeah, because when it revolves, you will get like a 3D shape like this. And they say the volume is 6 pi. So let's erase this. So volume is 6 pi. So that's a very important information. So volume equals to 6 pi units cube. So we all know the volume is 6 pi. Means I can use the integration method to find the volume lah. Okay, so do you remember I told you when I teach you this chapter, I mentioned one thing. If you are finding area, the formula you use will be integrate x dy ataupun integrate y dx. But if you're finding volume, you will use integrate. What if it's a dy here? What you write here? It will be pi x square, right? But if it's a dx here, then it will be pi y square. Okay, so that's the volume formula, and this is the area formula. And I also mentioned one thing. For area, you can choose which axis to use. Okay, if you're using x-axis, then dx law. If you're using y-axis, then this one law. The dy, the integrate x dy one law. But for volume, you cannot choose. I mentioned this in class also. For volume, you cannot choose which axis. Why? Because the soalan will tell you which axis. If they say revolve y-axis, you have to use y-axis for sure. But if they say x-axis, then revolve through x-axis, then you have to use x-axis. Okay. So for this question, you can't choose which axis. So definitely you will use the pi x squared dy formula, not the down one. Because they already say revolve y-axis. So you must use the dy here. And this will be pi x squared. And one more thing to take note here. Look at this shaded region. Is it sticking on the axis? Is it lekat atas axis, or is it floating? It's sticking on the axis, right? So if it's sticking on the axis, then you don't have to take something minus something. But if it's floating, for example, something like this, okay, this is the shaded region. Can you see it's floating? It's not sticking on any axis. Then you have to take something minus something. So for this, you have to take the straight line minus curve actually. But this shaded region is not floating. It's sticking on the y-axis. Because I'm using y-axis actually. So I cannot look at the x-axis. I'm look at the y-axis. And if I look at the y-axis, it's actually sticking on the y-axis and it's sticking from 0 to k. Okay, and it's this line and this line is also completely horizontal. So I don't have to take something minus something. It's just integrate pi x squared dy, and the atas the number is k is 0 because it's stick from k here to 0 here. So that's how you do it. The pi can letak depan, left with k0, and then x squared dy equals to 6 pi. And inside here I have to put x squared. And the x squared obviously is it should be this equation. It should be the curve equation. But if you look at the equation, it says y equals 4 minus x squared. So I have to pindah because I want x squared. So minus x squared become positive x squared, plus y move there become minus y. So this 4 minus y is for me to ganti dalam here, because I want x squared. Now the pi you can move to the other side. It means I can cut the pi, because when you move to the other side, the pi becomes divide, because this is times. So when you move, they become divide. So 6 pi divide pi, you just left with 6. 6 here. And now I can start integrating this 4. So the moment I integrate, I will stop writing this symbol and write a bracket. Integrate 4 is 4y. Okay. Integrate y is y power 2 over 2. And then tutup bracket k0 like this. And then now I will open this bracket, and then I'll open one bracket, and then open another bracket, close bracket equals to 6. And tengah-tengah have to minus. It means that this one I have to ganti k, and this one I have to ganti 0. Okay, but I already know when I ganti k, I will end up with 4k minus k squared over 2. And if I ganti 0, I will just end up with a 0, because 4 times 0 is 0, 0 squared divided to 0, 0 minus 0, 0. So you just left with 4k minus k squared over 2 minus 0 equals to 6. But I will not write the minus 0 because no point, right? It's just 0. And now I can solve this. Then I can find k. How to solve this? Hilangkan fraction dulu, take everything times 2. So times 2 is k squared, times 2 is 12. Now I can see that there's a square. So we know this is a quadratic. So if end up with quadratic, I need to move everything to one side equals 0. So I can move this to the other side, become k squared. 8k move become minus 8k. 12 just write plus 12. Okay. I choose to make the 0 on this side because I want the k squared to be positive. Okay. So now I can 0 equals open bracket, and then press my calculator, get my 2 answers here. So let's press mode. Polynomial degree. So 1, -8, +12. I assume all of you can press this. Okay, I press wrong again. Wait. Okay, let's press again. Mode. Okay, what's the A? 1. B, -8. C is 12. So I got 6 and 2. I got 6 and 2. So the first answer is 6, the second answer 2. So I have to write k minus 6 here, k minus 2 here. The working is important, because we are doing subjective question. So you cannot like cincai, so k is 6 and k is 2. So which one is my answer then? Because they say value, right? They never put S. So one of these should be one of these, only one of these is the correct answer. So is it 2 or 6? So let's look at the diagram here. Okay, it's 2. This one I should write rejected. Kenapa? Okay, because look at this. The curve equation is y equals 4 minus x squared. So I can find I can find this point, which is the y-intercept. I will just ganti the x equals to 0, like this. So you will end up with y equals to 4. So it means this is 4. So k is below 4. So k cannot be 6. It means k should be a number that is like smaller than 4, but bigger than 0 at the same time. So it's 2 lah. Okay, so makes sense. Let's continue with B. Also integration question. Integrate 3(1) fx dx is 6. Let's write it down. This will be important later on for sure. Now they want you to do this. So what I will do is, the moment I see the minus here, I will pecahkan. I will pecahkan. So it becomes what? Integrate 3(1). You can actually separate this, become 2fx dx minus integrate 3(1) 5 dx. Why is it minus? Okay, it's because here minus. If this is plus, then I write plus. I just follow. And I want to mention this B question is under properties of definite integral. Properties of definite integral. This comes out a lot one exam. Okay, trust me. I do a lot of trial paper, so I know about the pattern. So these properties of definite integral thing got 5 one. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first one states that if it's terbalikkan, you have to tukar tanda, and then you have one where it's like if you want to gabungkan, that one lah, okay. But got 5 one, got 5 you have to remember, okay. Okay, I'll just explain using this question lah. Okay, so one of the property is like you can separate like this. One of the property, and another property is you can, if the here is times relation, you can put the 2 in front of this. So you just left with 3(1) fx dx. And then the 3(1) fx dx you know is equals to 6, right? So it will be 2 times 6. So it will be 12. But this is not your answer. You still have to minus with this. Okay, this one just integrate yourself. Integrate 5 is 5x, and then 3(1), and then open bracket, small bracket minus small bracket. Why got 2 bracket? Because you have to, 1 bracket is for ganti 3, 1 is for ganti 1. So 3 times 5, 15, 1 times 5, 5, 15 minus 5 is 10. The answer is 2. Okay, so let me just check with the schema quickly. Okay, yes, betul, right? So I'm done with this question. Let's continue. Question number 10. Okay, let's go. A contractor, I think it's contractor, yeah, but whatever. Okay, took a job to dig an oil well. So, okay, the cost to dig the depth for the first 2 meter is 600. And then the second 2 meter is 680. And the third 2 meter is 760. And the cost will increase for every subsequent of 2 meter. So you should always try to figure out which chapter first from reading the question, because it's important. It's an important skill. It's important to determine which chapter, or else you will use the wrong formula. So this is progression. This is progression. This is Janjang Brilliant Soalan. And I believe it's a arithmetic progression. Okay, because 600 to 680, 680 to 760, it's every time plus 80. So it's definitely a progression. It's a arithmetic progression. So first 2 meter, first 2 meter. So you want the person, or you want the contractor to dig, to menggali the first 2 meter, you have to pay 600. But then you have to, you want, if you want the contractor to gali lagi 2 meter, then you have to pay 680. But by the time is the person already gali 4 meter already, right? Because by the time you get here, it's already gali 4 meter already. And then if you want to gali again for the third time, another 2 meter, you have to pay 760, and it just keeps increasing. But of course, when you are gali the third 2 meter here, by that time you already gali 6 meter already, because 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, then they say, right, the cost will increase every subsequent 2 meter. So this is an arithmetic progression. So you should write A and D. What is the A? 600. And then it's D, it will be 680 minus 600 is 80. And if you try to take 680 plus 80, you really get this. Okay, now let's do A. So A, find the cost to dig the depth of the 12 2 meter. So the first 2 meter is 600, second 2 meter 680, third 2 meters 760, but they want to find the cost to dig the 12 2 meter. So if I want to know the 12 value here, I just find the 12th term of this progression, which is 212. And the formula I use is the Tn formula, A plus n minus 1d. So the A is 600, the n minus 1 will be 12 minus 1, 11, the d will be 80. Press this, you get the answer. So what is the answer? 600 plus 11 times. Wait, okay, 1480. Okay, 1480. But you should write RM, right? So dot dot dot. So the cost is RM 1480. I just write like this. Okay, good enough. Let's go to B. Yeah. Okay, wait. Okay, let's go to B. The find the cost to dig a 120-meter deep of oil well. So the cost to dig 120-meter. So how I want to do it? Okay, we are also finding costs, right? We're also finding costs, but the to dig a 120-meter. Let's think about this. Okay, if I want the contractor to gali 120-meter, it means how many terms involved here? 60, right? Why 60? Because every the first term, this 600 is the cost for menggali 2 meter, and then this for menggali 2 meter. So if I want to gali 120-meter, it means that there's the n will be the 120-meter divided by 2 meter, which is 60. It means if I only have one term, then I gali 2 meter. If I have two, I gali 4. If I have three term, I gali 6 meter. So if I have 60 term, then I gali 120 meter. Okay, and they want you to find the cost. So I don't think you can find. You should find the T60 here, because if you find the T60, you are just finding the cost to menggali the 60th 2 meter. Make sense? You understand? Okay. So I think it's not like that. I think you have to use the S60 actually, because by the time you gali the 120-meter, the all this value have to add together already. Because the first 2 meter you have to pay this. So actually you have to find the first 60 terms add together, not just the 60 term. It's all the sum. So SN formula. The formula is n over 2 big bracket 2a plus n minus 1d. And if you haven't memorized this, you should memorize this. But this one, the exam got given. So n over 2, 60 over 2, big bracket, 2 times a, 2 times a, 2 times 600, plus n minus 1d. So n minus 1, 60 minus 1 is 59. D is what? D is 80. Everything is written up here already. So 60 divided 2, I can cut, become 30. And then 2 times 600 is 1200. 59 times 80, just press. Okay, I got 4720. So now I can just press the whole thing, 4720 plus 1200, and then times 330. Okay, 177600, 177 and 600. So the total cost is RM 177600. It means if I want the person to dig a 120-meter punya oil well, I have to pay this amount, which is 600 plus 680 plus 760 plus sampai the term ke-60. Okay, let's go to C. Find the depth of the oil well if the budget of the company is 500,000. So if I have 500,000 to spend, okay, if I have 177600 to spend, how much how much he can gali for me? He can gali 120 meter. But now I have 500,000. So how much I can gali? That's what the question asking for C. Okay. The if I want to gali 100, if I have this amount in my wallet, he can gali 120 meter for me. So now they are asking calculate the depth of oil well if I have 500,000. It means 1 million is like this, 0.00000. Like this is 1 million, six zeros. So 500,000 is this divided by 2. So if you tekan calculator, this one divide 2 is 500,000, 500k. So what is the depth of oil if this is the amount you have? So what you should do is, instead of you will still use the SN formula, but this time this 500,000 will be the final answer for SN, like this 500k. Okay, like this. Okay, and also I will not write equals here, I will write smaller sama dengan, because they never say that they will spend the 500,000. They just say that if I have 500,000, how much depth I can, how much is the depth of oil well. It means that I will not spend 500,000 exactly. I can spend 500,000 or less than it, but I cannot spend more than it because I don't have any more money from this. I only have 500k. So if I have 500k in my wallet, it means I can spend 500k ataupun less than it lah. Okay, so make sense, huh? Okay, so that's why it's smaller sama dengan. So this will be n over 2 big bracket 2a will be 600 plus n minus 1, but n I don't know, so it's okay, just write n because n is what I'm trying to find, huh? And then d would be 80 lah, and then big bracket smaller sama dengan 500,000. Okay, okay, 2 times 600 is 1,200. 80 times n is 80n. 80 times negative 1 is negative 80, and then the whole thing have to times n divide 2. Okay, times n divide 2, and then smaller sama dengan 500,000. Okay, what is 1,200 minus 80? 1200. I get 1120. 1120. So plus 80n, but I still have to times with n over 2 smaller sama dengan 500k. So now I will take this n over 2 times darat masuk lah. So how to darat masuk? 1120 times n divide 2. So what is 1120 divide 2? 560. So you end up with 560n. And then what is n over 2 times 80? 80n times n is 80n square. Divide 2 is 40n square. And then smaller sama dengan 500,000. So now you end up with a quadratic. 40n square. I will tulis baling depan. Plus 560n. And then the 500k will move to the other side, become minus 500,000. And then smaller sama dengan 0. And now I will use the mode EQN lah. But before that, I would kecilkan dulu. Because all these number, I believe, can divide 40. I'm not sure. Let's try. Divide 40. Can this divide by 40? Okay, yes, I get 14. So can divide 40. What about this one? Can I divide 40? 500, 0, 0, 0, divide 40. Oh, can also. 12500, smaller sama dengan 0. But can you see that this is a quadratic, but it's not a quadratic equation, it's a quadratic inequality. It means later I have to draw. I have to sketch and I have to load it, right? Depending on this one. But I will still tekan benda yang sama. So I will just tekan macam biasa saja. So it means for now I will just anggap ini macam equal sign lah. Okay. So let's tekan the mode quadratic. So mode degree 2. So what is the A? 1, B is 14, C is negative 12500. Okay, I got 105.02. Alamak. Can I change to fraction? Cannot, right? Okay, so we ran into an issue here. 105.02. It means the answer is ugly answer, right? Okay, let's record the answer here. 105.02, and then the other answer is what? Negative 119.02. 119.02. So we have this answer and this answer. Okay, I will erase this already. Why? Because I realized that the factorization, after I factorize, I get ugly answer. Why I call it ugly? Because cannot change the fraction. So I have to use what now? I have to use quadratic formula lah. Alamak, not enough space already. What should I do? Can I make this smaller? Maybe I make this smaller. Okay. But you still can see it, right? Okay, so let's just do it like this. So this one continue here. Okay, so we ran into a problem here because I get ugly answer. So I have to use quadratic formula. So we need a lot of space. That's why I'm doing this. So what I will do is, how to do? Okay, boleh. So I will just treat this as equal first lah. So n square plus 14n minus 12500. I will just anggap ni sebagai equal dulu, and then I will use formula negative b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac over 2a. I will straight away ganti lah because not enough space already. So negative b, which is negative 14, plus minus square root b square minus 4ac over 2a. So b is 14, ac, a is 1, c is negative 12500. negative 12500 over 2a, 2 times 1. And you should write n here. So usually we write x here, but this time you will write n because the unknown here is n. Okay, so 2 times 1 is 2, negative 14, just negative 14, plus minus square root. Okay, now we pressed all of this inside the calculator. If you don't know how to press, just follow. Macam mana saya tulis, macam tu lah itu kan. Just follow. Bracket 14, close bracket, square, minus 4, bracket 1, close bracket, and then open bracket, negative 12500. Okay, I got 50196. Okay, so the plus minus here means that you have to split into two. One is plus and then one is minus. So first I will tekan negative 14 plus square root 50196 equals answer divide 2. So I get 105.02. And then the next one is minus. So I will press negative 14 minus square root 50196 equals and then answer divide 2. So negative 119.02. Can you see that this answer is exactly the same as the one you get just now from calculator? Yeah, it should be the same. Okay. Okay, then maybe student will ask this. Hey, if I already know the answer, then why I have to do all this? Yeah, because this one got marker one. You have to show the formula. If it's ugly answer, you cannot use the bracket punya cara. So you have to write all this. Your working must have all this formula. Okay, after I get the n, now I know my n is 105.02. Not the negative one because n cannot be negative one. So now finally I know my n equals to 105.02. Actually, I forget already what the soalan wants. What they want. Let's read again. I do for so long already this question. I forgot what the question was already. Find the depth of the oil well if the budget of company is half a million. Okay, so it means that if I have half a million, how many terms here? How many terms here? 105.02 terms here. But they want the depth. It means I have to take this one times 2, right? Is it true? Is that how you do it? Because they have because if I have one term, it's menggali 2 meter. If I have two term, I already gali 4 meter. If I have three term, I already gali 6 meter. So if I have 105.02 term, I already gali how many meter? I will take this one times 2, right? So I will write that. I will write 105.02 times 2. Okay, what do you get here? Let's try it later. 105.02 times 2. Okay, I got 210.04 meter. Okay, so I guess that's the answer. Yeah, done. Right. Okay, number 11. Ayo, my hand sakit already. Okay, let's continue. 11. Given 7 digit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 digit. The digit number is to be formed using 4 of this digit. This is definitely chapter 4. Is it chapter 4? The P and C chapter, permutation combination one. So got 7 digit, but I only want to choose 4 of those digit. So I assume this is under permutation because when you're choosing digit, usually the order is important. So 7P4, if no condition lah. So number 1 says what? Find the number of different 4-digit numbers that can be formed. 7P4 lah. Okay, because no condition lah. So from 7 choose 4 and to arrange 7. Let me press, wait. Okay, 840. Okay, sorry. Okay, that's the answer. Number 2, the number of different 4-digit, but they say even numbers which are greater than 7,000. So we have 7 to choose from, but I'm only choosing 4 to arrange. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But now got condition. They say the must be even number. So it means that this slot can only be filled with 2, 4, 6. So 2, 4, 6. Only 2, 4, 6 can go in here. It means that I will write 3P1 here. Because out of these 3, only these 3 can choose 1 to go in here. And then they also say at the same time must be greater than 7,000. It means that this box is important because if this box is 5, then this will be 5,000 something. If this slot is 4, then it will be 4,000 something. But It cannot be 4, 5. It must be 7 because they say greater than 7,000. And if you look at the option you have, only 7 saja yang boleh. 6 cannot because if 6 then 6,000 something. So this would be 1P1 lah. Okay. So what about these two then? Okay, I already choose 7 to go in here, and then the 2, 4, 6, I already choose one of it. Okay, anyone. Okay, you can just cut anyone. So now you just left with 5, and then the 5 I have to choose another 2 to go in here, and now times. So just tekan this, get the answer. I think it's 60. Let's try. Times 3 P1. Yeah, 60. Okay, so that's the answer. I do want to say one thing. This 7, this is 2, 4, 6, right? But there's also the question yang case macam ni tau, where they have overlap. It means that, let's just say that, for example, this slot can masuk 2, 4, 6, and then this slot can masuk 6 and 7. Okay, it means that, let's say this one they say greater than 6,000. Okay, so if I say greater than 6,000 means what? It means this slot can masuk 6 and 7, means there's overlap already. If it's have overlap, then you cannot do it like this already. You have to, for that you have to separate into 2 working. Means you have to do like 2 cases. One begin with 6, one begin with 7, and then in the end add the 2 answers together. But this question you don't have to do that because there's no overlap. So let's check. 12, yeah, 60, correct. Okay, let's go to B. The probability that Sarah, okay, so definitely talking about probability, right? So you know it's from 4 chapter 9, probability. So let's write it nicely. So probability that Sarah qualifies for the final of badminton championship is 3/5, while the probability that City qualify 1/3. Find the probability that both of them qualify for the final. So the reason why students cannot do probability question, the reason why they think it's difficult is because they never write down all the possibilities. Okay, so what are all the possibilities? The possibilities is both qualify. So qualify ataupun qualify, the first person Sarah qualify but then Siti doesn't qualify, ataupun Sarah never didn't qualify, Siti qualify, ataupun tak qualify, both pun tak qualify. So sekali lagi, apa kemungkinan yang wujud? What are all the possibilities? Qualify, not qualify, not qualify, not qualify, not qualify. Okay, now they say find probability that both of them qualify. Means we only do this yang ini lah. Okay, so we write P, I will write both qualify. Okay, the P stands for probability. So both qualify. So how to do? I will take the probability of Sarah qualify times with the probability of City qualify. So 3/5 times 1/3. Cut. I cut the wrong number. So cut. So 1/5. Okay, question 2. Only one of them qualify. So probability only one qualify. So which one I have to take? So can I take, you don't have to do buat semua. You only buat yang soalan mau saja. So yang this one can, cannot. This one can, this one can, this one cannot. So I only do this and this. So one qualify. It means that I have to do Sarah qualify and Siti not qualify, ataupun Sarah not qualify and Siti qualify. Okay, so let's do this first. So this one is Sarah qualify, so 3/5 lah. And then what is the probability of the second person Siti not qualifying? It's not 1/3, it's 1 minus 1/3 because the 1/3 is for qualified, so it's 2/3. So and then times. So this one I will just copy and paste right here, 3/5 times 2/3. But you have to do also for this, which is the first person not qualifying. So the first person Sarah not qualifying will be 2/5. Where I get this, I just take 1 minus the 3/5. And then the second person must qualify, so 1/3. So 2/5 times 1/3. But don't forget here is plus. Okay, because because it's either this one or this one. So remember, or means plus, and means times. And also remember, or is actually union, and is intersect. Okay, 3 cut 2/5. This one cannot cut, so atas darab atas 2, bawah darab bawah 15. So the answer is 8/15. Okay, let's press with my calculator. just in case I do something wrong. Okay, yes. Okay, so let's continue with question number 12. So this is the last question for section A. And then 13 will be section B already. Okay, let's go. 12. Construct a table and draw a graph to represent property distribution. So you know what chapter already lah. They already say property distribution, right? So from chapter 5, I think, yeah, property distribution. So they want you to construct table and draw graph. Okay, want you to do a lot of stuff. Draw table and draw graph for the following discrete random variable, then answer the following question. So given that y equals to 0, 1, 3, 4, so I assume these are all the possibilities lah. So mungkin dia success 0 time, mungkin dia success 1, or mungkin dia success 3, or mungkin dia success 4. Dia tak ada 2 dekat sini. It's a discrete random variable and P is the probability distribution function which is defined by this. So Py equals to R equals to 11 minus R over 36. Okay, you have to know something. Probability distribution, there's two types of distribution, right? First, we call it the what? The Bernoulli distribution. Bernoulli distribution. And then the other one is the normal distribution. And for normal distribution, you have to use the table one, the Z value one. But if it's a Bernoulli distribution, you have to use another formula. The formula you use is this: Px equals to small x equals to ncx, p power x, q power n minus x. Do you remember this? Yeah, that's the formula that you have to use. So this question is obviously from Bernoulli distribution, but I will not be using this formula because they already give me the formula they want me to use. So I'll just follow this. 11 minus R, they just follow. And then they say R equals to 0, 1, 3, 4, and then find this. Okay, this one I don't do first. This one you have to do in the end. Now I should focus on constructing the table and draw the graph. So construct table. So table. So table. So we have table. And how many we need? How many column? So we have 0, 1, 3, 4. So 0, 1, 3. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't have to be nice lah. Okay, can already. 0, 1, 3, 4. That's the y. That's the r. That's the r. And then I will write py equals r. Ayo, space already. Okay. Wait. Let me fix. Okay, but you use ruler lah. Okay, don't be like me. Okay, so this one I'll write py. Sorry, py equals r. And then I will find all these values by using the formula that they want me to use. So I will find p. Okay, I will do here maybe. So I will do py equals 0. So I will just ganti lah. 11 minus 0 over 36. So 11 over 36. And then I'll ganti py equals 1. And then I'll get 11 minus 1 over 36, which is 10 over 36. But I can cut, right? But I think it's better if I don't cut, because later I have to draw graph. So it's better to keep the denominator same for now. But I don't know. But if later I need to cut, then I will cut later. Okay, py equals to 2. No. There's no 2, right? It's 3. Because the possibilities only 0, 1, 3, 4. So 11 minus 3 over 36, which is 8 over 36. I know can simplify, but don't simplify first. Py equals 4. So 11 minus 4 over 36, which is how much? 7 over 36. Okay, now I can put in my table 11 over 36, 10 over 36, 8 over 36, and then 7 over 36. Okay, so the first part of the question is done already, construct table. But now they want me to draw graph. Okay, how to draw graph? Okay, for probability distribution graph, you should it's jarang keluar lah dalam exam, but you should learn how to draw. So I'll tell you now, and starting from now you remember. So okay, I think tak boleh lah, this one I have to put lagi bawah. Okay, maybe like this. Okay, it's good enough. So like this, and this will be 0. And remember, you should always put the r here, okay? Or sometimes you put x lah, okay? And then this will be p y equals r. That means this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. Okay, so in your x-axis should be 0, 1, 3, 4. But if you but the 0 you have to put here, because or else later you can't plot here already. Because later your graph will look like this. Like this, like this, like this, like this. So if I put the 0 at the side there, then you can't see the line already because the y-axis will block. So you have to put like this: 0, 1, and then 3, and then 4 like this. It means this 0 is for the y-axis. For the x-axis, this is the real 0. Okay, and then there's 11 over 36, 10 over 36, 8 over 36, and 7 over 36. So if you look carefully, they are all over 36, right? So if I go like this, 1 over 36, 2 over 36, 3 over 36, 4 is like too slow already. So why not? I buat macam ni. This is 2 over 36, and then this is 4 over 36, 6 over 36, 8 over 36, 10 over 36, 12 over 36. 12, this one is 10 over 36, so it's 8 over 36, so it's 6 over 36. Ayo. Okay, let's divide better. Because we have a big space here, so 2 over 36, and then up 4 over 36, up 6 over 36, up 8 over 36, up 10 over 36, up, okay, 12 over 36. Okay, and remember you have to write this in your y-axis. Py equals to r. Okay, now you can start to plot. So 11 over 36 is where it should be 10 and 12 middle lah, somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here. And then you have to use this straight line to draw until here. Okay. Yep. Okay, now 10 over 36. So where is 10 over 36? 10 over 36 is here, right? So somewhere like this, and then same thing, use a ruler, draw. No need to draw on graph paper. This one no need graph paper. And then 8 over 36, obviously is here, 8 here, done. So just draw like this. Oh no. Okay. Okay. The last one is 7 over 36. So where is it? Maybe 6 and 8 in middle here. This. Then use ruler. Okay, done already. So that's how you draw the graph. Okay, now we can see what the soalan wants. So the soalan wants us to construct table, draw graph, done already, and then answer the following question. So now finally I can do this soalan already. This soalan. So the soalan asks for what? So find this one, right? So find the p bracket what 0 smaller something than y smaller something than 4. This is the symbol for in between. So how to find in between? So if I want the in between here, means I have to take px equals 0 plus with what? Px equals 1 plus with px equals, okay, 2 is not here because they already mentioned 2 is not one of the possibility. So just plus with 3, then finish already. Okay, it means that I need to have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but I will cross out the 4 and 2. I cross out the 4 because there's no garisan here. I cross out the 2 here because the soalan already says 2 is not in your like the possibility here tak ada tu. So it's just 0, 1, 3. So I will take what? 11 over 36 plus with px equals 1, 10 over 36 plus with 8 over 36. Okay. And you should get what? Let's press 11 plus 10 plus 29 over 36. But actually it's too slow already if you do it like this. Can also lah. Can also. But let's talk about the other method. The other method is just take 1 minus the px equals 4 because I want 0, 1 dengan 3 kan. So if you look at all the possibilities, saya mau ini. So the one yang saya tak mau is 4. So what I can do is, since I know these are all the possibilities 0, 1, 3, 4, and I want 0, 1, 3, and I don't want this, so I can just take 1 minus px equals 4. It means 1 minus 7 over 36, and you will get 29 over 36 also. Okay, so choose one lah. Either choose this as your working or this, and it's up to you. Both also. Wait. Okay. Okay, let's go to number 13. So starting from now, we go into section B already. So section B, they will give you 3 questions. The soalan number 13, number 14, number 15, and you only choose 2 questions to do. But I will do all 3 lah. Okay, so let's go. Okay, this is obviously vector lah. Okay, a fish swims at this velocity. Okay, and then okay, let's write down. So this is the v stands for velocity is 20I plus 14j. So they use ij. It is found that the stream flows at a velocity. Okay, so this is also velocity, but this is velocity of the river, the stream. Yang atas is velocity for fish. This one is velocity of the water. Okay. Okay, find the magnitude and the direction of the resultant velocity of fish. You cannot find magnitude and direction first. You need to know the resultant velocity of fish first. So what is the resultant velocity? Resultant velocity. What is the resultant velocity? It will be the vector v plus the vector a. So 20I plus 14j plus with bracket 7I minus 21j. Okay, because if you remember clearly, in even in the class when I teach vector also, I got mentioned this thing. Whenever you see the word resultant vector, means you have to plus the 2 vector. If you forgot already, you can tengok balik the example. Other one of the example. Resultant vector means plus. So 20I plus 7I, 27I, 14 minus 21, negative 7j. Wait, betul lah? Betul lah. Okay, so that is the resultant velocity, but it's not the answer yet, because I still have to find the magnitude and the direction. So first, let's find magnitude. Okay, I'm sure all of you know how to find magnitude. So how to find the magnitude of 27I minus 7j? Okay, don't write like this. Just write. I'll write. Okay, I'll write like this. I will just use the word like magnitude. So magnitude will be what? Square root, bracket square plus bracket square. And as long as it's ij, you can masuk the number 27 negative 7. But if it's not ij, cannot masuk. Okay. Okay, it will be square root 27 square plus 7 square. 778. And if I try to square root it, it's ugly answer. So why not you just write 778 units? So that's the answer. Okay, what else they want? The direction also. Okay, this one I will teach you how to find. So how to find the direction? Okay, the direction is like this. So we all know the resultant velocity is 27I minus 7j. So we can imagine this as my as the we can draw a Cartesian plane basically. We will draw a Cartesian plane like this and then like this. Okay, and then this is the center, and we can look at this resultant 27I minus 7j means I'm moving to the left or to the right or up or down. It's to the kanan, right? Because this is for gerakan kiri kanan. So I'm moving ke kanan 27 and then go up or go down. I'm going down 7. So it means my coordinate here will be 27, negative 7, and there will be a line like this. And when they ask you to find the angle, what they are asking is actually the directional angle. It means what they are asking is actually the angle from here until here. Because angle always kira dari mana? Angle always kira dari here. From always here. It's not here. Not no. It's always from this line. And it goes up like this. So 90, 180, 90, 180, 270, and then 360 like this, right? And then we have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. Okay, so what they want is actually you need to find this angle. Okay, but you cannot find this angle first. You have to find the angle dalam here first. Then only 360 minus, right? So how to find this angle here? So we all know this should be 90 degree. And this panjang is 27. This panjang is 7. So can I use what? So this is the angle I want, right? So depan sudut, depan angle, we call it opposite. Depan 90, we call it hypotenuse. The left one, I call it adjacent. So what I have now, I have O and A. The H I don't have, but O and A I have. So I toa, so I can use tangent, right? So I write tangent theta equals to opposite over adjacent, 7 over 27. Don't put in the negative. The negative only indicates quadrant. But when you tekan, you won't tekan the negative one. So shift tangent this one. Okay, shift tangent 7/27. So that's the answer. 14.53. Okay. Let's write in degree minute. 14 degree 32 minute. Actually, you want to write in point also can one. But I like degree minute. Okay, but this is not the answer. I told you already because this is just the reference angle, right? I need the real angle like this. So I should take 360 minus. Okay, sebenarnya I think I should put the negative here. Yeah, I should put the negative here. But then, because there's negative, right? Because the y coordinate is -7. But then when I write like this, I will not write the negative. I will just write tangent 14 degree 32 minute. Okay. And then finally only I will write theta equals to, okay, since the tangent negative, so I will take 360 minus this. So what is 360 minus? Okay, 345 degree 28. Okay. Okay, so we all know add sugar to coffee. So if tangent negative, it's first, no, not first. It's the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. But how to find the second quadrant? 180 minus this one, right? But you know, for it's not second quadrant because it's already here. That's why I never even bother writing it. Okay, so sebenarnya ada lagi satu jawapan dekat sini one, which is 180 minus this one. But I won't write it because even if I write it also, I will end up cutting it. I will end up potong it. Because I already know it's fourth quadrant. So that's the answer. Okay. Okay, I know in the schema jawapan is a little bit different. They do it differently. They go and take this one plus 90. I think I'm not sure why they do like that lah. But I think the soalan something wrong with it lah. Okay. So yeah, this is how you do it. Okay. Okay, let's continue with the B question. So let's go to, wait. Okay, let's scroll up and see what the B wants. Okay, the B says, given U is this, V is this, and then blah, 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 express in. Okay, I'm sure this is a comparing punya soalan. Okay, you have to compare later. So they say magnitude of U minus 2V equals to this. So I have to find my own magnitude of U minus 2V first, and then compare with them. So how to find my own magnitude of U minus 2V? So let's find the U minus 2V first. So U will be what? AI plus BJ minus 2V. So 2V bracket. So I minus 4J. So it will be AI plus BJ minus 2I plus 8J. And then I dengan I factorize A minus 2. J dengan J factorize B plus 8. And then end up with plus here. Okay, so this is U minus 2V, but I want magnitude, right? So it means my magnitude of U minus 2V equals to what? Square root bracket square plus bracket square. But don't look here. Don't look here. I don't want the, saya tak mau yang dia bagi one. I want to do myself one. So I should look here. So A minus 2 square, B plus 8 square. Okay. Now only I look at the one they give us. So the one they give us is magnitude of U minus 2V equals to this. So it means that this one and this one can compare. So I can write square root A square plus B square equals to this one, square root A minus 2 square plus B plus 8 square. But I don't think you will compare like this. I don't think you will take like A equals to A minus 2, B equals to B plus 8. Because if you look at the soalan, they ask for A in terms of B. So if you compare like this, you can't get the A in terms of B punya soalan. You can't get the equation where it's A in terms of B. I think you have to expand. You have to hilangkan square root first, right? So the square root and square root can cut because you square both sides. And then the A square plus B square, you leave it. It means you don't want to hilangkan lah because you want the equation to have A and B because they ask for A in terms of B. And then this one, you will expand it. You get A square minus 4A plus 4. This one, you will get B square plus 8 times B is 8B times 2 is 16B. And then 8 times 8 is 64. And then A square minus A square is 0. B square minus B square is 0. You will end up with 0 on this side. Negative 4A plus 16B. Negative 4A plus 16B. And then 4 plus 64 is 68. But I want A in terms of B, right? So you should make the A single. So 4A, 16B plus 68. So A equals to divide 4 is 4B, divide 4 is 17. 68 divide 4. Yeah. So that's the answer. Okay. So hope you understand. Let's move on to question 14. Oh, so tiring. Okay, here comes a very long question. Very long question. So number 14, Sharika drink juice intends to pack a drink juice in a cuboid shaped container. So this is a cuboid shape, it's a juice box. As shown in the diagram 14. So we have the length here, this centimeter. Okay, given that the total length of cuboid is 154. So I should write this down, right? So total side length equals to 154. Hey, by the way, the cuboid got how many sides? Do you know? Got how many sides? Got 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. I hope you know that. Got 12 sides. So all the 12 sides add together, you get 154. And then the total surface area is 845. So TSA, total surface area is 845. Hey, by the way, the cuboid got how many sides? I hope you answer me 6 sides. Why? Because depan, belakang, kiri, kanan, atas, bawah. So 6 sides. And then suddenly it says what? If X is bigger than Y, oh, this will be important. I'm sure this will be important later on. Can 1000 milliliter of drink juice fit in the drink container? Justify your answer. Okay, let's do it. Total side length is 154. So every side add together. So we all know this side is X plus 5. So I will take X plus 5 times 4 because it's like X plus 5, X plus 5, X plus 5, X plus 5. And then Y. So plus 4Y. And then X. So plus 4X. 4 times X equals to 154. So all the 12 sides is included here already. So now you get 4X plus 20 plus 4Y plus 4X equals to 154. And then 4X plus 4X is 8X. And then 4Y, you just write 4Y. 20 move to the other side, become 154 minus 20. I think it's 134. And then everything can divide everything can divide 2, right? Simplify. So divide 2, 4X, divide 2, 2Y, divide 2 is 67. So this is your first equation. Okay. Okay, so after you get your first equation, you still need another equation, and then baru you can do the simultaneous, and you need the other equation from here. So total surface area is 845. So what is the surface area? So let's find this area first. This area will be x times x plus 5. So what is x times x plus 5? X squared plus 5x. But you have to times 2. Why? Because depan belakang. Let's go to the kiri kanan punya surface. So this surface is y times x plus 5. What is y times x plus 5? Xy plus 5y. Okay, but you have to times 2 because why? Because kiri kanan, because left and right. And then plus again with atas bawah. So what about this one? It will be x times y. X times y. So just xy lah. But you have to times 2. Why? Because atas bawah equals to 845. So now you darab masuk, so you get 2x squared plus 10x plus 2xy plus 10y plus 2xy equals 845. 2xy plus 2xy. Okay, so the 2x squared I'll write first, and then 2xy is 4xy, right? And then plus 10x, and then plus 10y equals to 845. And you cannot simplify this further because it's already like cannot simplify this. So this is equation 2 lah, okay? But if you want to do simultaneous here, you should use substitution method. You should use penggantian, not penghapusan, because you can see this is got square, got quadratic, so it's like non-linear. This is a linear, but this is non-linear. So definitely you should use penggantian. So I should make the x single. Actually y single better because I see that the x have to square already. So make y single better. Actually you make x single also can. So y equals to what? 67 plus 4x jadi minus 4x times 2 jadi divide 2. So this is equation 3. And then I'll write sub 3 into 2. So my 2 equation is this one, right? So 2x squared plus 4xy plus 10x plus 10y equals 845. This is 67 minus 4x over 2. This is 67 minus 4x over 2. So 2x squared, the 2 and this 4 can cut, becomes 2x. 2x times 67, I can press 2 times 67, I press, I get 134x, and then 2x times 4x is 8x squared with a minus, plus 10x plus 2 and 10 can cut, become 5. 5 times 67, 335, and then 5 times -4 is -20x equals to 845. Why is it lagging? I don't understand. Okay, so fine. Okay, so we saw that there's a square here, so it's a quadratic. So the 2x squared minus 8x squared is -6. But I don't like because it's negative. So why not I just move it to the other side, become +6. And then the 134x plus 10 is 144. 144 minus 20 is, let's press 144 minus 20. 124, right? But let's move it to the other side. So it will be -124x. Correct? Yes. And then finally the number is 335,845. But I should move the 335 there. So it becomes 845 minus 335. Okay, 510. So now finally I reach here. Can I kecilkan? The answer is, I don't know. Can I divide by 6? Okay, cannot divide 6. Divide 2. Can I divide 2? I think can, right? 3x squared divide 2 is 62. Divide 2 is 255. And then I think I can press the calculator. Polynomial degree, so 3. Okay, I got the answer. X equals 15, and the next one is 17/3. But of course, you have to write bracket, bracket, bracket. Wait. The 0 I decide to put in front, so of course 0 here, and then x minus 15, x minus 17, the 3 right like this. Okay, finally we reach here already. So after I get this x, I have to ganti balik masuk to equation 3 to find y. So okay, let's do it here. Okay. Okay, so when x equals 15, when x equals 17/3, so y equals to 67 minus 4x over 2, this is 15. So tekan, and then what again, 67 minus 4 bracket 17/3/2, and tekan. Let's see what I get. 67 minus 4 times 15 divide 2 is 30. Okay, it's 30. And then what about here? Let me press 4 times 17/3, and then 67 minus answer divide 2. Okay, 133/6. But I will cross this out. Okay, I will not correction tape it, but I will show the pemeriksaan I do already, but I'll just put a big cross here. Why? Because do you remember they say x has to be bigger than y? So wait, x has to be bigger than y. X has to be bigger than y. I think. It means I crossed the wrong one already. I should cross this one, right? I should cross this one, right? Because 15, 15 is not bigger than 30, right? So I think I crossed the wrong one. Wait, let me try again. 67 minus 4 times 15. Okay, sorry. This is not 30 lah. Ayo, I'm tired already. I'm making mistakes already. Okay, sorry. 67 minus 4 times 15 over 2 is 3/2. 3/2. Or you can also say 1.5. So actually, yeah, you should cross this one. Because 17/3, let's press quickly. What's 17 divided 3? So if you press with me, you will get 5 point something, 5.67. And then 133 divide 6, you get let's press 22 point something, 22.17. So can you see if x has to be bigger than y, then this one is rejected already because the x is 5 point something, this one 22. So the 5 point something is not bigger than this, but this one can accept because 15 is really bigger than this. So now I know my x value is 15, my y value is 1.5 ataupun 3/2. Okay, now the soalan asks, can 1000 milliliter of drink juice fit in the drink container? Justify your answer. Okay, there's one thing that you need to know to do this question. Okay, one thing you need to know. 1 milliliter is equals to 1 cm cube. You need to know this. Okay, because if you don't know this, you cannot do. Okay, So maybe before this you don't know about this, but at least now you know. Okay, starting from now you remember. 1 milliliter is equals to 1 cm cube, not 1 cm. 1 cm cube. Okay. So if you know this thing, now what you can do? You can find the volume of the juice box and see whether the volume of juice box is bigger than 1000 or smaller than 1000. Okay. So what is the volume of juice box? So the volume will be just times all these together lah. X plus 5 times X times Y. And you already know X plus 5, what is X? 15, right? So 15 plus 5 is 20. And then X is 15, okay? And then Y is 1.5, which is just 1.5. So the volume will be what? 20 times 15 plus times 1.5. So 20 times 15 times 1.5. So let's press 20 times 15 times 1.5. Okay, I got, wait, let's do it correctly. 15 plus 5 is 20, right? 20 times, oh my god, this one is 15, right? So 20 times 15 and then times y. Y is 3/2, right? Oh my god, this is 7/2 lah. Sorry, I'm tired already. I start to make like careless mistake already. Oh, 7/2, and this is 3.5. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. 3.5. Okay, so this is 3.5. I read 1.5 just now, but it still apply to this. The X is still bigger than Y. So this is 7.5. So let's press again. 20 times 15 times 7.5. Okay, if this is 3.5, it means this one maybe I have to change the value already, right? So let's write again the value. Okay, so this X plus 5 will be 15 plus 5, which is 20. And then the X here, okay, is 15, yes. And then the Y here is 7/2 ataupun 3.5 lah. So I'll take 20 times 15 times 7.5. So I get times 3.5 lah. Oh, sorry. I cannot read. Okay, my brain is giving up already. Times 3.5, sorry. Okay, yeah. So I get 1050. But what's the unit? cm times cm times cm should be cm cube. But if you know that 1 milliliter is equal to 1 cm cube, it means that this juice box can fit how many? Can fit 1050 milliliter lah. So now to answer this question, can 1000 milliliter fit in the container? The answer is yes lah. Yes. So, and what's the reason? Because what? The juice box can fit 1050 cm cube of juice. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So if it can fit 1050 cm cube, of course it can fit 1000. Okay. I'm so tired. Okay, let's go to the last question. Okay. I'll try to not make any careless mistake this time. Okay, diagram 15 shows the graph of trigonometric function. So we have this graph. Okay, is obviously it's a tangent graph. Just from looking at this, you know already. If there's dotted line, it must be a tangent graph. Okay, so how the normal tangent graph looks like? So the normal tangent graph is the y equals tangent x graph. It looks like this. The y-axis, the x-axis goes up, dotted line goes like this, and then goes like this. This is x, y, 0, 180, 90, 270, 360. So this is how the normal tangent graph looks like. When the amplitude is 1, the number of cycle is 1. This is how it looks like. Okay, now they say find the trigonometric function of the graph. You already know it's a tangent graph, so it should look something like this. Y equals to a tangent bx plus c. But I will erase the plus c because I don't think, because if you look at the starting is 0, so I don't think they got shift up or down, because the plus c is when if move up, then you have to plus, then it will be plus something. It means if it's the c is positive, is move up. If the C is negative, means the whole graph has to move down. But this graph, there's no moving up or down. That's why the C is 0. But the B and A is not 0, because the B will tell you number of cycle in 360, I should say, number of cycle in 360, and then the A will tell you the amplitude, right? So if I erase this and erase this, so what is the B then? What is the number of cycle in 360? Okay, if I look at this 2 pi is 360, and the pi, this one is 90. Wait, what is pi? Pi is 180. Okay, yeah, pi is 180, and then pi over 2, this one is 90 lah, and then 3 over 2 is here, 1.5. Okay, so what is B now? So what is the number of cycle in 360? So from 0 to 360, it's like this and then like this. So it's not one graph, it's only half of the graph. Can you see? It's half of the graph. So the B must be 1 over 2. Because it means that dalam 360 berlakunya half of the tangent graph only. So that's why the B is 1 over 2. But then why is this line not below? Why is it not like this? Because if it's half of the tangent graph, it should look like this, up, down. But why is it like this going up? It means there's a modulus here. It means there's a modulus somewhere here. So I should put the modulus like this. Okay. But actually, even if you put like this also can one. Doesn't matter. Not important. Okay, let's just put it here. Okay, now I know my B already. I still need to know my A. So my A will be what? Okay, for A, you have to use this point, because do you remember this curve passes through this point? So I can say that it passes through pi over 2, which is 90, 3 over 2. You have to ganti 90 because got triangle in front, right? So now I can start to find my A. I will just ganti y equals to modulus A tangent B. Okay, B is 1 over 2, right? And then x is 90. And then close modulus. But I think the modulus can okay. But the modulus you can put it here also, right? Just now I mentioned already, because it is a times relation. The A will come out one, because the A can come out like this because times relation. So A times with tangent 45, which is 1, and then modulus 1 is also 1, so it's just A. But the y also I will ganti also, right? The y also I will ganti with 3 over 2, 3 over 2, 3 over 2. Okay, it means this y I will ganti with y coordinate, and then the x I will ganti with 90. So the A is 3 over 2 lah. So now my full equation will be y equals to modulus 3 over 2 tangent dx, which is tangent 1 to x. Okay. Okay, B, soalan B. Finally, last question. Okay, so soalan B, wait, I want to do it. Okay, just do it. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I will do this, and then I will move up. Okay, maybe just make it smaller. Okay, not too small. Maybe like this. Maybe like this. Okay, boleh. Okay, soalan B, solve the equation means find the unknown, find x lah. So 3 cos 2x equals to 8 sine x minus 5 for this one, 0 to 360. Okay, I think this one I can use double angle because cos 2x, right? So cos 2x, according formula, you can change to three things. You can change it to cos square minus sine square. You can change to 2 cos square x minus 1. You can also change to 1 minus 2 sine square. You have to hafal this one. There's also the basic identity you have to hafal, and also the multiple angle and double angle. But this question, we are using the double angle formula. And this formula got provided in exam 1. But I still recommend memorizing it, because if you don't memorize it, it will be very susah. So 8 sine x minus 5. So 3 times 1 is 3. I also want to explain why I choose this, because this one got sine. That's why I make the whole equation. Hanya ada sign lah. Okay, then it's easy. So later on it will become a quadratic equation yang melibatkan sign. Okay, if I change to this, then it will be have cos and have sine, then doesn't help. So 3 times 1 is 3, and 6 sine square x equals to 8 sine x minus 5. Obviously, it's a quadratic, so move everything to one side equals 0. But I will choose to move everything to the other side because I want the a to be positive. So 6 sine square x plus 8 sine x, negative 5 minus 3, I think it's negative 8. Before you press calculator, kecilkan first, divide 2, 3, divide 2, 4, divide 2, negative 4. Finally, press calculator and then get the answer. Okay, so you get sine x equals to something, sine x equals to something. So what's the answer? Mode. Okay, mode, and then wait, mode 3, 2. Okay, A is 3, B is 4, C is negative 4. So 2 over 3, negative 2. 2 over 3, negative 2. So here you have to write sine x plus 2 become minus 2, and then 3 put in front. Sine x minus 2, just write sine x plus 2. Okay, normal case or special case? Normal case. This is normal case. This one normal case. This one normal case or special case? Okay, this one is math error, undefined. Okay. Hey, why I ask you the normal case, special case? Okay, special case is when sine ataupun cos bernilai 1, negatif 1, kosong. Ataupun tangent bernilai kosong. This is all special case. Means got 7 special case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And for special case, you have to memorize the value. But for normal case, you can use calculator. Okay. So this one is normal case, right? So this one you use calculator. But before that, let's look at the quadrant. Sine bernilai positive first and second quadrant. So it'll be sine something 2/3, and here you will press shift sine 2/3. Shift sine 2/3 equals 41 degree 49 minutes. But obviously, this is not just this is just the reference angle. You still have to write 41 degree 49 minute, followed by second quadrant, which is 180 minutes. So the answer is 138 degree. 138 degree. Okay. Let me just check quickly with the schema jawaban. The schema right in decimal point, but it's the same, right? Let's convert. 138.19. Yeah, it's the same. Okay, that's all. Bye bye.